Oh, okay, just wondering.
For what it's worth, I'm pretty sure that Will and I still do the same things, and he's got a kid. He's still pulling it off. I just I don't know. I guess I have. No, it's really the same. We both just get high and play Fallout.
Activities. It's not the activities. It's when you just want to sit on a couch for an hour and do nothing. That's when you notice it.
He's
fair.
right.
Yeah, when you just want to have silence for 15 minutes, but it's impossible.
It's chaos. It's just screaming. And I only have one kid.
Yeah, I'm surprised that you might go for the third if the second one's a girl. It sounds like you're really lining yourself up for the feminine hat trick.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to be the dad that has 3 daughters and just a big chump.
I don't know, man. Anthony has $3 and he's all fucked up, bro.
Jesus, you're right. Maybe we'll call it after this next one.
Hell no, I have all the babies.
Oh, there he is.
Dungeon Daddy says, "Be fruitful and multiply."
I got to make a full party.
There you go. You can run your own D&D sessions for your lady and your 3 daughters.
Oh, all joking
That actually
aside,
sounds
probably
adorable and 100% like something you would do.
I feel like you draw up like a princess themed like D&D or stuff for your ladies, and they're just like full death and fire, and just go the complete opposite direction.
I've DM'd for like all girl groups before, bro, and it gets kind of weird. Like I don't know. Sometimes it's like they're just whole other creatures, dude. They like I can't even begin to explain. Like rather than fight the werewolves, they befriend them somehow, and now have like a pack of super guard dogs. I don't know. It gets weird, dude.
Oh,
How we feeling today, boys?
I am so ready to see what you've cooked up for us.
Yeah,
Mhm.
stoked to get you in the DM chair for sure.
Full transparency. It is. I've tried to come up with something. It may not gel well, but we'll see.
We'll make it fun.
So this is a homebrewed one shot you came up with?
I took inspiration from some things, but it's for the most part my own little thing.
Sick. Can't wait, man. How do you want us to do like quick character introduction now, or does that just play in as we get going?
So y'all can, but so a little backstory. Y'all are already established adventurers. Y'all work for call it like the Adventuring Corps. It's a group that exists in this world that dispatches adventurers to weird and stuff that's happening, whether to be investigate, to kill, get rid of goblins, dragons, whatever. Y'all work for this group, and y'all haven't worked together as a party before, but y'all are already established adventurers who have gone on other missions for this group. So whoever wants to start off, do a little quick introduction.
I'll go first, Sir Honor. Basically, just kind of a tanky paladin. I picture Sir Honor very close to like a like that the brother on Full Metal Alchemist, the one that's just like a giant walking suit of armor. Like he doesn't have any like exposed flesh and just kind of stays in his iron shell. Aside from being just like a walking suit of armor, his god, Torm, is a gold dragon. and it's kind of the only other, aside from being a walking suit of armor. There are emblems of a gold dragon on his chest, on his shield, and he carries at his side a battle axe that is looks to be made of gold, but where the blades come out, they are actually fashioned to be like dragon wings. So he's got a battle axe in the shape of kind of like a holy symbol almost. And yeah, he remains in the armor at all times and is very holier than thou, very Boy Scout type of adventurer.
All right. Well, I'm playing a human variant. His name is Justin Harass, and he's way of the four elements, primarily wind element, but he's training for the other three. So he's just using the guild as an opportunity to jump around. He's got rainbow colored hair done up in the style of Ace Ventura when he was made up as the White Devil.
Perfect.
He's got a mustache that leads into mutton chops and a soul patch that dangles down about a good 2 feet. And just wears basically what appears to be a t-shirt and cargo pants.
I guess I'll go next. Boris, the Baldurian Lovehammer, is I would say a bulky, like 6'5", probably pushing like 270, like solid muscle. Definitely not necessarily the smartest guy in the room, but there's just something in his face. He's oddly charming. He doesn't really wear much. Pretty much just a loincloth. He's very proud of his body. He's worked very hard to achieve physical perfection, and he's come pretty damn close. He's got a rather large maul that he carries around that seems pretty light. But if you were to pick it up, it's pretty fucking heavy. He's just jacked. He's got a bald head, tapered down, like kind of some wrinkles, and then a salt and pepper mustache. Clean shaven underneath, just a thick mustache. And I would cast him as like a young J.K. Simmons. But he's known in the area for being a charming, for the most part, do-gooder, since we're established adventurers.
I will be playing a gentleman, a dwarf by the name of Terry Sunshine, a trickster cleric. He's just kind of your run of the mill looking dwarf. He's got this beard, kind of grayish white, pretty like wrinkled skin, older. His skin is kind of leathery, almost like he'd been out in the sun just too long. And around his neck, he's donning some just robes, along with a shield on his back and a mace that seems to be a little too heavy for him, along with a dagger. But around his neck, you do see, dog attack. And you see around his neck a pendant that is looks it basically is a coin. It's of some sort of currency. But this guy, he's kind of like missing maybe a tooth. Just kind of kind of an oddball, kind of like the trashy, not very trustworthy car salesman looking kind of fella.
Oh, vibrant bunch. All right. So y'all were dispatched to a village, and all you were told is that people have gone missing every time there's a full moon. And y'all were dispatched to find out what's going on. And we'll pick up with y'all arriving at the village. Um, so y'all go in. It's daytime. Village is hustling, bustling, but it's kind of sullen. Little seem like everyone's got a purpose to it, but no one's kind of really happy about it. And we'll pick up with y'all entering the village.
I feel like if we were dispatched to do some sort of duty for the better good or honor, Sir Honor would be marching right forth, and kind of not only doing heading directly towards like the town square of this village, but also kind of trying to pep talk the party if we are traveling together. Tally ho! Knees to chest now. There's things that must be done.
Yes, I say that we follow the big metal man. Surely he points us in the right direction. We finish the job. We get glory. We get glory. We get women. Boris throws his huge maul over his shoulder and just marches lockstep with you, matching your knee to chest.
Terry will follow like in Sue and kind of be looking around, shiftily, kind of eyeballing, and just seeing if there's anything that piques his interest. He's kind of holding his medallion and just rubbing it, and maybe like sucking his teeth a little bit, just looking around.
Okay. Let me get a perception check for me, Harry.
We are looking at a 22.
Oh, okay. With the 22, you can see that everyone is 100% eyeing y'all down. That they do not trust outsiders, and with everything going on, you guys are sticking out like a sore thumb.
Well,
As I march
seems
down
like
the road, hello there, hello.
Yeah, you were 100% scaring everybody right now.
Well, the
We are
grasshopper
here to
hops.
help you. Don't flee. Hello. As I just kind of march towards wherever the town square is, I guess.
While the grasshopper jumps, the birds eye the water.
So as you march up to the town square, everyone's kind of partying out of the way, moving out of the way, and kind of like I said, eyeing y'all down. In front of you would be like what would be the tavern, but it's kind of empty. And as y'all come marching up, you see a puffy little red man walking towards y'all. And he walks up, introduces himself. Were y'all sent by the Vetchery Corps?
I shake his hand. For honor and valor.
Oh, thank God. Um, we've had bad things happen here. People have gone missing every time there's a full moon. Um, the next one is in 2 days, and we're just scared.
Well, tell us everything you know about this situation. He pulls out like a little notebook and like a ink and quill and begins to take notes.
I'm sorry, there's not much to report. One day they're there, the next they're gone. No signs of struggle, no nothing. I mean, just last night, the last full moon, a family of three went missing, and it's like they just up and vanished.
Terry's going to be like listening to this gentleman and whatnot, but he's going to be kind of peering around still. I'm sure everyone's kind of just staring at us. Going to see if there's anybody around that might be like with a, prosthetic limb or something.
Okay, give me another perception check.
17?
You see someone that may or may not have a prosthetic limb. They're sitting down and they're kind of favoring one leg, but you can't really tell.
So Terry's going to kind of look around still, and he's going to keep a good eye on this individual and like be sucking his teeth and just kind of, and then look at the. Did we get a name from this individual?
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me introduce myself. I'm Virgil, the town leader here.
Virgil, nice to meet you. Terry, and he reaches out his hand. But when he does, if he does shake, he kind of like grabs his fingers instead of actually doing the full handshake.
Okay. He reaches out and grabs his fingers.
So, what's in it for us if we find this thing that's making people disappear?
Terry,
you-
a good deed is its own reward. Everyone knows that. But yes, what is in it for us again?
Well, of course we have gold, and I mean, the town would be forever in your debt. And we can obviously put in a good word for you if you need any other jobs, and I mean, honestly, whatever you need.
And we would be beloved by all for all eternity.
So, what's the deal with that guy over there? Seems like he's favoring a leg.
That guy, he lost a leg while he was hunting in the woods.
So, you're saying he's got a prosthetic limb?
Um, I know he's missing a limb. I'm not sure if he ever got around to getting something for it. I mean, you could ask him.
Well, unless he can magically regenerate limbs. He's standing.
I mean, there are crutches and stuff that would help him stand, but I mean, you could find out.
So, if he does have a leg that is, let's just say, pegged, if we take care of this issue, perhaps I can take that leg.
I mean, I would have to speak to him. I mean, I'm sure that if we were able to come to some sort of conclusion, I may be able to talk him into giving you his leg.
Yeah, for what it's worth, I mean, it would be almost unfair trade for Terry to save town and only receive peg leg. I think it is a good deal, but you can discuss with him later. You say we have 2 days till noon. Does anybody in town have anything that could help us? Perhaps information? Perhaps they maybe saw something, heard something? Did somebody have a family member taken? Can we speak to the remaining family?
I mean, you could talk to the neighbors. I mean, the entire family was taken that night. That was the most recent one. All the others were either single couples. I mean, doesn't seem to favor anything, and it's almost entirely at random.
Have there been any markings or any sort of remains left from the areas where the people were taken? Like
I mean,
claw marks, perhaps?
I'm going to be honest with you, sir. Once we notice that people are being taken, we usually board it up and don't snoop around for fear that they may come back or fear that there's something in there. That's why we call it the adventuring for.
Well, if you have not investigated the scene of the disappearance, then this is perhaps the direction we go then. Can you take us there so we can look for signs of whatever it is that might be taking your people?
Take you? That's it's bad luck to go by there. I can point it to you, and he
It is
points down the
bad luck
street.
to be disappeared during a full moon.
Well, you don't want to piss off whatever's doing it. That's our mantra here. Because if we
Well,
can't figure it out.
pissing off this thing is exactly what Boris wants to do.
Oh, okay, well, and then he just points down to a house a ways down the road, like a little cottage. It would be that one. That's the last disappearance.
Boris is gonna squat down so that his loincloth rides uncomfortably high up his legs and get right in his face and say, "Thank you, little man, for what bit of help you have been. Boris likes you, and if you come across anything of use, you bring it to Boris, he make it worth your while." And he just pats him on the head and turns around and just says, "Well, gentlemen, little man says that the disappearance happened in the house down there. Perhaps it is best place to start looking, since nobody seems to have seen anything."
Virgil, you are a craven and terrible man. I suggest that you do not run for re-election.
Uh, um, I would be offended, but it's just passed down from my family. I didn't ask for this job, but I try my best.
We will help you, but you have to take a PR class or something. You got to let him drop. Man up a little bit. Pats him on the back.
I mean, you're right, but that's why we hire y'all a lot. But okay.
Defending the meek and weak and otherwise not capable is what Sir Honor is all about. Don't you worry. We'll have this taken care of right away.
You see Virgil's red in the face and a little embarrassed, but at the same time relieved that y'all are here.
Speechless every time. I'm fucking great at this. Tally ho, heathens. Let us march on.
So as you walk up to the house, right, there's a couple houses there's a house on each, the left and the right side. There's some space in between them, but just your standard cottage. And like they had told you, the doors boarded up, the windows are boarded up, and seems quiet.
Boris is just going to walk up to the front door, set his maul down, hammer down so that the hilt's just standing straight up, and just rip whatever boards are on the front door off, or attempt to anyway.
All right, give me we'll call it athletics. Let me get an athletics.
Sick. That's going to be that's a 10.
Well, the wood that they use around here is surprisingly strong because it's a very thickly wooded area. And as you go to pull, kind of throw out your back a little bit.
Boris has seen these boards before. Must be Palo Santo. Very firm wood. It is good craftsmanship. And he just kind of steps back and stretches his back out.
I think Sir Honor is just gonna Kool-Aid man that motherfucker. Like, he's just gonna go through the door, boarded up or not.
Give me another athletics check.
Okay, hold on. Let me check my skills here. I think I got some dopeness in athletics. Okay, a +6. All right, all right. Let's see. 17.
Oh yeah, with the 17 and with Boris's 10, you managed to pop the door open. Not as cool as you probably would have liked it, but you pop it open nonetheless.
Boris, still stretching, looks down at Terry and just says, I must have loosened the hinges for him.
Yes. And kind of while this was all going on, Terry would have been eyeballing Boris's mace, like pretty heavily. Maybe even picked it up, like maybe trying to without him noticing.
Can you pick up my maul? It's a rather large maul.
Probably not, but he's gonna. I mean, it's fucking Terry.
That's fair. That's fair.
You just gonna let him touch your maul, dude?
I don't know. Technically, I don't know if I saw him. I guess would. I mean,
Well,
would that be?
let's ask Terry. Were you trying to be sneaky about it, or were you just going and grabbing?
Yeah, the way I envisioned it would be when he was trying to just like when he rests the mace down and he went towards the door, Terry would have gone kind of like in that moment over to the mace. Not necessarily to steal it, but just to pick it up and maybe turn his back to Boris and just kind of hold it and look at it.
Well, we'll say with you throwing out your back and stuff. What's your passive perception?
13.
We'll say with the 13 that you probably noticed him walk up to it, but you didn't see exactly what he did.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I feel like Sir Honor is just picking splintered pieces of wood, like out of the random like chinks in his armor and shit.
So as you walk in, the house is completely dark. It's damp. It's quiet. Let me get a group perception check. Whoever wants to roll, or everyone can roll.
Can I maybe light a torch and just give somebody the help action?
If somebody wants to take the help perception,
I'll throw the help action out there if anybody's got particularly good perception, because I do not.
I've got a +3. We'll just let Justin.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty perceptive.
Or let Terry take a shot. Either way. I guess technically you can aid one and I can aid the other.
Yeah, I just light a torch and hold it high, see if I can help him out.
I just picked Terry up so he gets a better vantage point.
As he does so, like I drop them all on the ground. And let's see. So you're officially aiding me?
Yeah, I'll aid you. I'll pick you up so you can see from a higher vantage point.
All right, 16 on the first one, and a 10 on the second.
all right. So with the 21, Justin, you would have seen that. It's like the mayor told you. It's everything as you assume as it was left. Bed is still like somebody got up and never came and fixed it. The tables are still got food on them. I mean, it's just eerie. It's like one moment they were there, one moment they're not.
The scene is like a painting Untouched and unmarred.
Looks clean to me.
Can I maybe make an insight check to like determine like maybe where the people were at when this went down, or like what they were doing when they were abducted? Like, are there signs of a struggle, or like, or you tell me.
Yeah, go ahead and roll an insight or investigation if anybody wants to throw an investigation in there too.
Yeah, I'll take a crack at that with my -1.
Yeah, Terry will look around as well, if that's all right.
Oof, that's a whopping 9 for Sir Honor.
Yeah, that's a 5 for Boris.
Investigation. Oh, 4.
God, we're terrible at this.
Yeah, so none of y'all figure shit out. Go home without solving the mystery. All right, it's been
That's
fun,
it.
y'all. We'll see y'all next Wednesday.
And
We'll say
everyone died at the end.
the village imploded. Y'all got fired from the core. Story's over. We'll say with Justin's perception, you would have known that it seemed that the last thing they were doing was sleeping. That they may have that the beds being ruffled are the only sign of life or anything being there. So that would have been the last point that you would assume that they were taken from.
Boris will look at the bed, look back at his companions, put an arm out and kind of push them back away from the bed. And just, you see this like grimace come across his face and he goes, Boris has seen this before. These people, they were eaten by the bed. The bed is a mimic. And he immediately brings his hammer as high as he can and just smashes down on top of the bed.
Does the bed have legs?
Can I give him the help action by like immediately like flicking like holy water at him as he does this or something, so he can get advantage?
Oh yeah, make your attack with advantage.
A mimic, dear God, strike true, boy. As I throw some holy water at you.
See, I think I'm onto something because the fact that I have to roll to hit.
My intelligence is negative.
I shit you not, though. I got a natural 20 for a 28.
You just obliterate this ordinary bed into 1,000 wooden pieces.
I
He
had
pulls
no
the
idea
maul.
mimics were so weak and fragile. Good on you.
He pulls the maul back up out of the floorboards since he went through the bed. And he just says, it is most likely that there are more of these mimics, but Boris has killed the first one. It will strike fear into the rest. And he just kind of throws it back on his shoulder and looks back at the party.
2 thumbs up from Sir Honor.
It seems that we've slain the beast.
Go back and collect your money now.
I'll take my peg leg.
So with the bed out of the way, let me get another round of either perception or investigation, y'all's choice.
I mean, Terry would look around for perception.
Oh,
So,
natural
I'll throw a
1. I
perception
feel like
check
I'm
in
like
there.
pulling fucking splinters out of like the eye holes in my fucking full plate armor at this point. Like, ah, damn. Pull a giant chunk of wood, drop it to the ground.
There's a
15
random
perception.
little cottage map that I pulled off the internet for y'all.
Excellent.
So what y'all got? I know someone got a 15, someone got a natural 1, 10 perception.
15 perception for Terry.
14 for Justin, her ass.
Was that a perception or investigation?
Perception. Oh, sorry for Justin or
Yeah, for you, Justine.
Perception.
We'll say with the 15, you notice that there was a rug underneath the bed, and one of the lips to the rug looks like, you know, when you walk over it and you kind of kick it over and it's not really like straight.
Well, seems like there's some off with this rug.
Are you saying the mimics have learned to become rugs now? And he brandishes his maw above his head again.
Throw holy water at the rug.
Terry will begin to roll the rug up as to maybe try to steal it, but maybe accidentally find something else.
Underneath the rug, you find two things. It seems that the flooring underneath here is kind of loose, and you also find 3 symbols. What languages do y'all know how to read or speak?
Boris has Common and Sylvan.
Common and Dwarvish.
I've got common, dwarvish, giant, and orc.
God damn.
Common, Janati, and that's it.
Okay, so none of y'all would know what these symbols say, but y'all found them nonetheless.
Boris does not possess the artistic ability, but perhaps somebody could scribble down these drawings in case they come in handy in future.
Are they drawn on, or are they like etched in? Pretty much, am I tracing, or am I going to just take a pencil to paper and kind of color it?
You would see. Well, why don't you give me one more investigation? And since you're getting up close and kind of checking these symbols out. Okay, with a 15, you would know that these were painted on the floor, and they are painted with blood.
Okay, I'm sorry. What did I see when I investigated?
You would have saw that they were painted onto the floor with blood.
Okay. I will trace the drawings and then stand up and just say they use their internal strength as ink, perhaps for power.
Let me, for the tracing, let me get a sleight of hand or a performance, your choice, on how well you can actually trace these drawings.
Everybody likes to give me fucking 9s tonight.
I'd say 9s are lucky for you. It's not bad. It's pretty good.
Perhaps we should see the great Teagle of the town and hear his words of wisdom on this drawing.
Boris does not really understand words that exit your mouth. However, you seem very trustworthy. It is something about your face. It comforts me, so I will follow you. Yes.
Could we? You said the floor looked kind of loose. Is there anything to maybe pulling up a couple of boards and looking underneath?
I thought y'all forgot about that. I was about to try to mention it. So it looks like someone that there's like a latch underneath that would lead to under the house, and someone tried to close it and didn't close it right.
Oh, escape route for the mimics. I gesture to the hatch as I kind of look over to Boris.
It appears you have stumbled upon their nest. And you see him grip the maul even tighter.
Sir Honor, like, makes the sign of the cross with the holy water.
So do y'all lift the hatch?
Boris will hold maul above hatch. One of you will open it. So when Mimic inevitably jumps out, Boris will smash it.
Mr. Terry, I have come to the realization that it is very possible that a cellar would be an excellent place for storing one's extra prosthetic limbs. And, it might be worth a glance. If I were a betting man, if someone in this domicile had a fake appendage, it would likely be down there.
Well, you're not wrong about that. And Terry will take the bait and just fucking go for it. He's gonna open the hatch and just peer his face down, kind of sucking his teeth as he's doing it. Just, what do we got?
So as you open the hatch and you peer in, you see darkness. Abnormally dark. It was daylight outside. And out of the darkness comes 5 shadow-looking things and spreads around the room. I'm gonna need everyone to roll initiative.
Quick question. Because I had literally primed my maul to hit something coming out, do I get an attack of opportunity?
I'll tell you what, you get a sneak attack round. First one that flies up.
Sick.
You fucking hit me in the back of the head and send me down.
If I hit a nat 1, I probably do. Just clock Terry right in the back of the head with a maul.
All right, guys, I'm out for the night.
Demons, Terry? Damn it, Terry.
I knew it. Okay. Nish.
Ooh, my initiative's raw, but it came out to 18. Not bad, not bad.
What'd you roll on that sneak attack, Boris, for your
The sneak attack to hit's gonna be 25 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Natty 17. And then so 2d6 plus 5. That's 11 points of damage, and it is a magical maul. It's a +1 maul, if it matters.
So you managed to clock this thing pretty good, but it continues on out of the room, kind of pissed off now that you managed to smack it.
I imagine Boris making contact with this thing, just looks over at Sir Honor and Just says, the mimics, they have evolved yet again. I do not understand.
This town has the worst case of mimics I've ever seen.
One sec, I'm trying to get the initiative up. Okay. So with this, we're gonna have to mostly do Theater of the Mind. I put that map up for just a reference. I tried to find my grid paper and I couldn't find it. I thought I had it, so I didn't get some, and I just was short at the last minute. So we will say that y'all can place yourselves wherever you want, where you'd be in that picture, and we can kind of Theater of Mind it from there. Well, we'll say that y'all were around the bed at the top square, and these things kind of scattered throughout the room. We'll say it's like maybe a 20 by 20 room across, and we'll go from there. We'll say that these four things kind of scattered through each of the four corners of the room, and y'all are kind of like scattered wherever you want throughout the room. And we'll start with, I believe, Justine is first.
All right. So I figured Justin would be pretty much at the doorway because he was going to go to the mayor to have him tell us the symbols. So from there, would that put me? How far does that put me from any enemy?
I would say that you're probably about 10 to 15 either way between two.
All right. Then I am going to start off by spending 2 key points. And I'm going to use what's called Fist of Unbroken Air. And I can choose a creature within 30 feet of me and must make a strength saving throw. On a failed save, it takes 3d10 bludgeoning damage. And it gets knocked prone. On a successful save, it takes half as much damage.
Ooh, good move. I will tell you what, these things are not very strong. Oh. I'm looking at it's like an 8 strength saving throw.
Yep, that definitely fails. So yeah, that was 3d10. Now let's see, ever give me some 9s.
So let me ask you, would you have attacked the one to your left or your right?
Left.
Okay, and you don't have to move from your spot to do it?
No, because I figure I was inside the room. I just wasn't. I was at the doorway.
Okay.
So, like, facing into the room, immediate left corner.
Gotcha. I'm kind of marking it out as we go so it doesn't get confusing.
And then that's 21 points of bludgeoning damage. And is it still up?
It's still up.
Then I will charge at him, burn another key point, and do flurry of blows.
Okay. Need anything from me, or are those just standard
No,
attack?
that's standard attack. All right, 22 for the first one and 17 for the second.
First one hits, second one would miss.
That is 8 points of, I don't know, whatever. I'm assuming bludgeoning is unarmed.
Well, you said it was knocked prone, right? So wouldn't you get advantage on
Yeah.
attacking a prone?
Oh, yeah.
See, I'm a merciful DM.
So 21 and then a nat 20.
I should have kept my mouth shut.
So that's 8 on the one, and then 5 plus 1 is 6. 11 on the second.
Okay, so total was 11 and 6, you said?
11 and 8.
11 and 8. Okay. This thing is, it's hurt, but still up.
And then I took the mobile feat, so I'm going to back up 15 feet. And then end my turn.
So we would say that you're probably right back in front of the door where you started.
That's what I figured.
Okay. Moving on down, it is Sir Honor's turn. So saying that you were probably around the hatch, we'll probably say that you're in the middle of the room around where the bed was, now pulverized. And around you have 4 shadow beings in pretty much each corner of the room.
And you said the dimensions of the room were like 25 by 25 or something like that?
Yeah, we could say it. I said 20 by 20, but if you want to add more, I'll add more.
Whichever works. I was just kind of. I have a bit of fuckery afoot. I think I'm going to use my channeled divinity. And let's see here. Your oath allows you to channel divine energy to fuel magical effects. Yada yada yada. So, as an action, you can censure fiends and undead. Each fiend or undead that can see or hear you within 30 feet must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failure, it is turned for 1 minute or until it takes damage. So, kind of from the center of the room, Sir Honor goes, mad Galadriel for a moment as the room kind of inverts in light, and he commands them to flee, you unclean creatures.
So you said every one of them has to, it's fiend and undead, and they have to.
If they
One
are
more
a
time?
fiend or undead that can see or hear me within 30 feet, they must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failure, they are turned for 1 minute or until they take damage, and the DC is set at 14.
Okay, sorry. All right. Wisdom, we're looking at our first one. That is a 16. Second, that is a 15. Third, that is a 11. And the fourth is a nat 20. So 1 fails, 3 save.
Damn. Aside from, I don't think I'm gonna move anywhere, and nobody's really injured yet, so I'm gonna hold on to my bonus action. Yeah, that's it. That's my turn. I think I'm just gonna kind of get ready for some combat. Get my axe out, give it a good swing or two. And like, haha, watch this.
Did you have a preference on which one you wanted to turn? If you're standing and
Um,
staring north, the top 2 at the room are untouched. Bottom right's untouched. Bottom left has just had Justine lay into it.
let's say we'll try to send a healthy one out. So bottom right. See if we can't affect bottom right.
Okay, so bottom right immediately turns and tries to flee. Okay, now it is Monster's turn. We'll start with bottom right. He's going to take his full movement and move through the wall and out of the room. Second, we'll take the one on the left, seeing that Justine had just laid into him, is going to fly 15 feet back at Justine and make 2 attacks. First is a 19 to hit.
Miss. Barely.
Second is a 21 to hit.
Hits.
You take 8 points of necrotic damage. The one top left is going to. So let me ask, Terry and Boris, where would y'all be situated in this room?
I mean, I was standing right in front of the hatch because I swung down at it when it opened, so I'd probably still be right there.
That's
Yeah.
right. And Terry opened it. Okay. So we'll say the top left is the top 2 actually, since would go after Terry and Boris. So we'll do Terry first, 2 attacks. That is dog shit. Misses. I assume 13 misses.
That is a miss.
The second is a 19 to hit.
Also a miss. Terry raises his shield.
You high AC sons of bitches. So you just got this shadow thing just come and swing at you twice and completely muff it. Second one is going to go after Boris. That is a 22 to hit on the first attack.
Yeah, I think that one hits.
And the second is a 20 to hit. Dirty 20.
That's also gonna hit, yeah.
So this
Boris
first
is
attack,
like brick wall. He is strong, but he does not move fast.
first attack is a 10 points of necrotic damage. Second attack is 6 points of necrotic damage. And then that is all 4. And so we are going to go down to Terry's turn.
Terry is going to kind of eyeball. Obviously, we're not outnumbered, but there's quite a few of these things. So you said one fled the room.
You saw Sir Honor grab his holy symbol, and one of them just phased through the wall.
So, and kind of like a similar fashion, Terry's going to grab his medallion and just kind of like make a show of it. He's not going to be really praying to a god or anything like that, but he's going to hold his medallion and where is the spell? Yes, and he is going to be like, Lords, please save us from these demons. And I'm going to cast daylight in the room. So just like a 60-foot sphere of light.
So these, as you cast daylight, these shadow beings are immediately reactive to it in an extreme way. They fucking hate this.
And I guess so they don't flee or anything. They're just like, eh.
You, they're like when you wake up in the morning and you like go outside to like look the window and it's just way too bright outside and you're just pissed off that it's so bright. It's like that.
Okay, noted. I guess Terry will look at the at all the fiends around him and just say, "These are evil beings, and that they need to be destroyed. It seems that the light they do not like." God damn it, my fucking voice is all over the place.
I feel like that plays into Terry's chaotic nature.
Ugh.
Sir
There's been
Honor
so
gonna
many dudes,
take
he doesn't
notes.
even know who he is anymore.
Maybe, yeah. Nope, I don't. I guess if anything, so you said this room is like a 20 by 20.
Yeah, 25 by 25. You got the open hatch like right in front of you. And then we'll say that that's probably like 5 feet across each way. And then you're directly in front. Like if you look towards Justine, you'd probably be facing the door and you have Sir Honor and Boris to the left and right of you. And you have one shadow being looking you right in the face and one right in front of Boris, another one that fled the room, and one that's injured, looking kind of facing Justine.
So you said there was a door, another like
Yeah,
door in this room.
we'll say like 20 feet right in front of you, but across this 5 foot hatch.
I guess Terry would make his way to the door, kind of using his trump card there to send off the light, and now he doesn't really know what to do. So he's going to, even if it incurs an attack of opportunity, make his way to that door to open it.
Are you going to go around the hatch, or are you going to try to make the 5 foot little jump across?
Terry will. He's not very athletic. No, he's not at all. Unless it's acrobatics, I could maybe do it. But
I could give you either or.
fuck it. If we can do acrobatics, sure. Terry will maybe try to go right over.
Give me acrobatics. And this thing's going to take an opportunity attack at you.
Okay. Acrobatics. So we're looking at a 19 on acrobatics.
Okay, and we're looking at a 23 to hit here.
Oh, that contacts.
We're looking at 11 points of necrotic damage to Terry.
Oh.
And you jump across and try to open the door.
If I can, if it doesn't involve I guess a standard action.
We can, call it a part of your movement action. How much more movement do you have? We'll say it was 5 feet to jump and then 20 feet to move across the room.
So I have 25 total, so that would be all of it.
Okay, so you stop right in front of the door, open it, and that's where you end your turn. We'll move down to Boris the Lovehammer.
Boris is going to do the only thing that Boris knows how, and that's to drop the hammer. So I'm just going to lash out at the closest one and hope for the best.
Drop the hammer, you drop your loincloth.
Let's see, 2 attacks. Natty 14, Natty 17, so we're looking at a 22 and a 25.
Yeah, those both hit.
Sick. First attack. It's going to be 8 total. Second attack is going to be 13, so 21 total points of damage. Oh, son of a bitch. I totally forgot to rage, too. Oh, well.
Okay. Still standing. Anything else you want to do?
No, that's pretty much all I can do. I should have raged first. There's no point now, so all good.
Okay, well, back to the top of the round, and we're looking at Justine. So you have a shadow being right in front of you, and you have Terry blocking the doorway now with two other shadow beings surrounding Boris and one that just shifted through the wall.
I'm gonna take 2 swings at the one right in front of me.
All right, that sounds good.
A 27 and another natural 20.
Yeah, they both hit.
That's part of my new set too. All right. Let's see, that's 9, 10 plus 10 for 20 points of damage. And let's go for a stunning strike.
What do you need from me for that?
A Constitution saving throw DC is 13.
Looking at a 15 plus, yeah,
Oh,
16 total. Not very high con, just rolled well. Anything
other
else?
than that, nope. I'll save my last key point.
Move down to Sir Honor. Right now, you are standing to the left of the hatch. On the other side, you have Boris being surrounded by two shadow beings, about maybe 10 feet from you. What would you like to do?
So the hatch is just darkness. Like he opened it and there's just shadow beyond. We don't see a floor or any lighting or anything coming from down there.
It is abnormally dark. I mean, if you want to take a perception down there, you can, but from where you're standing, it just looks dark.
Okay. So how far away is Boris from me?
I would say Boris is around 10, about 5 feet if you want to jump over the hatch, or about 10, 15 if you want to walk around the hatch.
I will cautiously go around the hatch and get up to these, at least one of these shadow creatures, kind of attacking Boris to see if maybe me and Boris can't flank one. And then I'll hit him with a couple of attacks.
Can you flank if he's got another buddy next to him? Chris rolls lawyer. Does that matter?
It doesn't matter. The idea is that you're harassing him.
Because I would say at this point you're probably standing next to Boris. If you wanted to move on the other side of them, you'd have to move around.
Yeah, the idea of flanking is one in front, one behind, so that it's got something in its face bothering him. But right next to each other doesn't usually play the same.
Okay. Well, I will nonetheless step up to Boris's aid, and neither of these guys have taken any damage, correct?
Nah, I was muted. The one directly in front of Boris has taken damage. You saw him raise his mighty maul and whack this thing.
Okay, I'm gonna make a couple of attack rolls on that particular shadow and see if I can't throw a smite in there as well. First attack roll is going to be 16 to hit. The second is a 21 to hit.
17 misses, 21 hits.
All right, so that's going to be the OG damage, which is a D8 plus 4. But I'm going to tack a smite onto this. But slashing damage wise, oops, I missed the fucking prompt there. Plus 4, skadoosh. So 9 total slashing damage, and then what was it? The smite would add an additional 2d8. So 8 more radiant damage. So we're looking at what? 16 damage altogether? 17 damage altogether? As I turn to Boris. These mimics are out of control.
I mean, technically, wouldn't it be a shadow mimic? So this thing it's hurt, still standing.
I think that's it. That's the end of my turn.
Now it is the shadow's turn. So how long did you say that the other one was frightened away?
For 1 minute or until it takes damage.
1 minute. Okay. That one is still outside the room. The two in front of Boris are both gonna focus their attacks on Boris. We're looking at a natural 20. And a 23 to hit.
Yeah, both of those are going to hit. I will use Stone's Endurance on that nat 20, though.
What does that do?
It allows me to take a d12 worth of damage off the hit.
All right. We're looking at We're looking at 20 points of damage from
Sweet.
crit.
I'm going to take 2 points off of that because I am rolling garbage tonight.
Okay, so 18 points of damage from the crit. Necrotic, if that matters. And the second one was ass. So it's only 4 points of damage. So 22 points of necrotic damage total to Boris. And then the other demon is going to attack as well. That is a 14 to hit. There, Boris.
That's a miss on me.
Second is a 18 to hit.
18 is a hit.
Again, rolled complete garbage. So that's only 6 points of necrotic damage from the one hit. And then we have one locked in a death battle with Justine. He's going to take his 2 attacks against him. We're looking at I think that's a second 19 I rolled on you, and you said that one misses, right?
Correct.
What about a dirty 20?
Just hits.
We're looking at 14 points of necrotic damage to Justine.
Ouch.
Excuse me if there's some encounter errors. I didn't want to go too light on y'all. Might have gone a little wayside, but I feel like y'all always have it easy. And that'll be the Shadow Being's turn. We'll move down to Terry. You got Terry, you're at the doorway, just about to you opened it, staring out into the darkness of the other room. You got Justine in a battle to the death with a Shadow Being, and you just saw Boris get carved into by two pretty big hits from Shadow Beings.
So it's like a magical darkness, something in the other room. It's just hard to peer in.
No, it's just regular darkness. Just the house was dark.
Gotcha. I guess Terry's going to kind of look back, and he is going to kind of once again make a show of things and kind of raise his fist, like holster his dagger that he has drawn and bring out his hand and raise it up and say, "Demons, vanquish, go." And I'm going to cast a guiding bolt at the one attacking Justin. Is it Justin or Justine?
It's Justin, as in Justin her ass.
That's what I thought. I just wanted to be sure. So he's going to shoot the one that's just in her ass.
Okay. Need anything from me, or is that just to hit?
To hit. So let me roll that out. God damn it. I mean, that's good, but it's so close to nat 20. 27.
Oh yeah, that hits. Let me just save you the trouble of rolling. Tell me what you do to this thing, because it would fucking hurt.
I think you're muted on your death blow there, Terry.
Yeah, I feel like you just described the
damn
most epic death, and you're muted.
No, it wasn't epic. So you just kind of like see him raise his arm up, and as he's firing this thing off, he's really just like kind of hamming it up and just trying to like showboating essentially. And you just see this giant ball or this bolt flying towards this creature, and it just hits it, and just sparks fly in the air, and it just kind of flies back and withers away into nothingness. And Terry, as he fired it off, is just kind of like maybe like wincing one eye, and maybe just once again sucking his teeth, just and yeah, and blows it up into nothingness.
Yeah, so you see like the radiant light kind of like really expands inside a shadow that a being that lives in the shadows. This radiant light really like expands inside of it and just disperses the shadow. Anything else for your action?
And Terry is going to I guess take maybe a 5-foot step into the doorway, still facing out, like looking into the other room, but he's in the other room now.
Hey, Sean, let me ask you something. With the frightened thing, it's only if they can see you that they're still frightened of you, right?
Let me double check that real quick. Douche. Let's see. Sorry, I have to navigate through some D&D Beyond real quick. Give me a second here. Just douche. Let's see. Channel Divinity. Each fiend or undead that can see or hear you within 30 feet must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failure, it is turned for 1 minute or until it takes damage. So your call.
I would beg the question if it's in the other room, does it still run? I would say that it's in the middle of the room, like it's kind of indecisive. So as you walk into the room, you kind of see another one of these shadow things just be like 10 feet away from you. Terry kind of like, you can't tell if a shadow is scared, you'd probably see this thing's face. And it kind of looked back at you, snarling and angry, both frustrated and angry at you. And moving on down to Boris. Boris, you just had two of these shadow things lay into you, and you have Sir Honor right next to you to your left, and you just took some pretty big hits. What do you want to do?
I think he's gonna flex his muscles in anger, and his mustache starts to curve a bit, giving it more of a menacing kind of furrow, and his eyes get real fucking big, and his muscles swell, and he's gonna go into a rage because he's an idiot and should have done that last turn, but misread his character sheet and now understands his particular type of barbarianness. So I'm going to burn one of those, and I'm just going to take another 2 swings at the closest one. Let's see. First swing is going to be a 17. Second swing is a 21.
17 misses, 21 hits.
The 21's going to do 13, 15 points of damage. Magical if it matters.
Sorry, one more time. I was reading what Chris had put in the chat.
I think it was 15 points of damage total. Magical if it matters.
Okay.
And he'll just look at whatever this creature is and just say, Boris is going to smash you so fucking hard. Takes a deep squat and prepares for his next hit.
The shadow looks a little confused what you mean by pound it. Is there anything else you would like to do? Is that your turn?
Nope, he fully intended to confuse and arouse this enemy.
And arouse.
I mean, you want make an insight check on the shadow thing.
Does he have a peg leg?
I'm
The
pretty
bottom
sure
half
I
is
have... Oh, it's just
corporeal, so you can imagine there'd be a peg leg then, because he technically doesn't have legs.
That's going to be an 8.
You're not sure, but we kind of saw a moment where it was may have been interested, but then snaps back to just snarling in your face.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
I was just gonna say that.
I mean, you can certainly try.
He has high charisma. Or decent charisma.
We'll move back to the top. We're looking at Justin Harass. You just saw Terry fire a beam of light into the one right in front of you. You see him move through the door, and you see Boris and Sir Honor taking on 2 shadow beams about 20 feet in front of you. What would you like to do?
I am going to charge at whichever one looks the most hurt and take 2 swings on him.
That would be the one directly in front of Boris.
And yeah, I'm going to try and snipe Boris's kill. Holy shit. All right, this die just gave me my third nat 20.
I'm gonna have to have you roll on a bri from here going forward.
I bought a mystery pack from Games by James.
Get him out now. Don't use that shit in the campaign.
I know, man. I better see you rolling that shit on Sean. Else I'm calling bullshit.
It better. And a 23 on the second.
Oh yeah, both hit.
And every damage die is a 2. So 16 points of bludgeoning damage, non magical. Is it still standing?
It is not. How do you finish this thing off with your hands?
He just comes flying in with a flying kick, and then after landing, just backhands it like you would see in those cartoon movies.
Just like shooing away the fog as your fist goes through this shadow thing and just disperses into whispers and nothingness.
And then, as a bonus action, I'll just bow to Boris, and then my turn.
Boris just looks over at Terry and goes, "Yet again, it is like I weaken it, and then somebody else comes in and finishes job. But it is okay. It is a team effort."
Terry just winces, sucks his teeth.
Moving on down, Sir Honor. You just saw Justin dispatch another one of these shadow beams, and you got one right in front of you. What would you like to do?
Ah, Boris, don't feel so bad. I mean, in the end, truly, this is mostly Terry's fault. He's the one that opened the box of demons. I will make the.
They're mimics.
I will make the 5-foot or 10-foot step. There's still one engaging Boris, correct?
That would be the last one in the room. You saw Justin just disperse one, and then there's one that was attacking Boris as well.
I'm going to use a bonus action to cast Searing. I believe it is Searing Smite. Yeah. And that will do an extra d6 of fire damage, and then basically catches the creature on fire at the start of its turn. It must make a con save. On a failed save, it takes a d6 fire damage. And if it succeeds, then the spell ends after that. So let's see. I'll do a couple of attack rolls real quick. Got a 26 for the first one. And a 24 for the second.
Both hit.
Alright. So the first one will be 11. The second one will be 10. And an additional d6 of fire damage. So total of 23 points of damage, 2 of its fire. And at the beginning of this monster's turn, he must make a con save or continue to take another d6 of fire damage.
All right, sounds good. Anything else?
No, I'm not going to go anywhere. I kind of pony up and try to defend Boris as best as I am able.
It is now the Shadow Beam's turn. Terry, you are in the other room with this other demon. all you would see is this thing just vanish through the floor as it did through the wall. It 1 minute you just see it sinking into the floor, and then it's gone. The second one that's locked in a battle with Sir Honor and Boris is going to stand and fight. He's going to take 2 attacks on Sir Honor, seeing as that he just laid into him. I just find him again, D20. Okay. First attack is a nat 1. You're rolling nat 20 at the moment. Nat 1.
Hits, for sure hits.
Second is a dirty 20.
Ah, just barely hits.
We're looking at 10 points of necrotic damage from the one hit. And this thing is going to move. You're going to see it start to try to move towards the hatch. It's going to move through you. You're just going to feel like coldness as it kind of dissipates and like around your body and reemerges on the other side. And it's going to use its movement to try to move down the hatch. I would assume that y'all both get opportunity attacks on this thing.
Oh yeah, if you'll let us, for sure.
I killed the one right in front of Boris, the other one. Am I within range?
I would say that you would probably be on the opposite side of Boris. So I would say you'd probably be just out of the 5-foot range, unless you have a 10-foot reach or anything. Or
Damn. No.
Also, this thing has to make a con save at the beginning of his turn, DC 14, or he takes an additional 1d6 fire damage.
it's a 18 on the die for a 19 total.
Damn. Okay, he breaks the spell. That's a 23 to hit on an opportunity attack.
That hits.
Okay, sorry. Let's see. 1d8 plus 4 damage. 11 damage total.
Boris, did you want to take a opportunity attack on this thing?
Yeah, definitely. That would be a nat 1. Because why not?
Because it's funny. Yeah, you whiff. And this thing is going to use its movement does this thing have? It's going to use 5 feet to move into the hatch, and then you're going to see it disappear down the hatch. And I believe, unless anyone wants to do anything, that would take us out of combat. Unless y'all want to chase it down the hatch or anything.
Terry, what? No one ever taught you not to let demons out of the bag. I mean, come on, man. It's like adventuring 101. You always check the trapdoor first.
Well, I was always taught to just confront evil and whatever may lay forth and expel it. And thankfully, I did so. And, like, proudly raise his fist up in the air.
Sir Honor kind of pauses thoughtfully. Yes, was quite heroic and noble of us, wasn't it? Huzzah! Good job, Terry. I take it back.
Ah, yes. And then he'll, once again, just kind of peer around, wincing maybe one eye and sucking his teeth a little bit.
I'm kind of beat up here, so I'm going to have to take a minute. The wilted flower has ouchie boo boos.
Boris too has many boo-boos. You look over and he's just got all these huge gash marks all over him.
Do we have time to take a short rest there? Kind of patch our wounds?
I
You're
mean,
gonna
I
patch
could,
your.
I
Go
could
ahead,
heal
sorry.
our wounds. Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say I could heal our wounds for a price.
Perhaps you help heal Boris, and Boris does not give you similar wounds. And he just kind of leans over top of
Well, you make a good point. And I cast Guiding Bolt. I joke. He'd fucking wall at me. I guess Terry will be like, yeah, make a good point. And I guess depending on if we can get a short rest, I can do some stuff on my end. But if we can get a rest,
Right. If they can roll hit dice, that would be great. But I do have some pally spells that I could distribute. But kind of if we're moving forward, depends on if I want to burn those spots on healing or not. I do have a pool. So how far down are you there, Justine?
Oh, I'm down to 21 of 45.
I will dump 20 lay on hands into you there, Justine.
Sweet. Thank you.
So, are y'all wasting spells, or did y'all want to take a rest in the demon house?
Well, when you put it like that,
Oh, definitely rest. I've seen all the movies, and I'm white, so that's the smart thing to do.
we leave Ed and Lorraine Warren over here to his fate. So now that they're gone, can I mentioned maybe lighting a torch earlier. Can I take the torch and drop it down this hole of darkness and see like how far it goes, or does it just vanish into the darkness? Like, what's the deal with this dark hole?
So, you want to just drop the torch down there?
Yeah.
You would see that this torch would drop maybe about 25 feet and then hit dirt.
So it's not like a magical darkness. It's just like regular darkness.
Yeah. But granted, it's under a house and it's a little weird.
Turn back to the party as we're kind of patching some wounds here. Thoughts?
Well, give me a perception check, Sir Honor, since you're actively looking down this pool.
Eight.
We'll say with an 8 that you're not sure. You can't be positive. But for a split second, you could have sworn you heard whispers from down the hole.
I relay this information to the party, of course.
I shall find these demons. And Terry will go ahead and kind of look down the hole, and if I can, just to see if I can see anything. But regardless, I'm going to start making my way down.
Yeah, give me
Yeah.
another perception check.
If Boris had a chance to patch his wounds, I think he would do the same.
Nat 1 on that for a 6 for the perception.
Sean, I bet you're kind of glad that Logus has high perception, because it's moments like this you're like, where the fuck y'all are not catching anything? He's gonna hear shit.
Bro, you have no idea how many times I wrote something that I thought was totally fucking cool and kick ass. You guys like not even close to coming by it at all. 0%.
Yeah, you too, Terry. Hear what you thought could be a whisper, but you're not quite sure.
Justin is
The fiend.
gonna just walk over to the hole and jump down.
Just jump straight down.
Yep.
There's no fall damage for that height, right? 30 feet?
Yes, there would be if I weren't a monk and had featherfall.
I mean, you son of a gun.
Or
See, y'all see-
snowfall. It would stop at 25, and at 30 feet, it's 3d6 damage, so a max of 18. So
Y'all just see like Justine just kind of Mary Poppins his way down the hole.
and then I'll pick up the torch, and if it's not lit, I'll use my elemental discipline attunement, where I can instantly light a torch.
So now that you're down in the hole, you would feel a draft, like a wind coming from the direction. It's just like a big like L. It goes down and then out. And give me a perception check now that you're down here.
So Justin Arras feels a wind in this dark hole.
Yeah, he feels a draft in the hole.
All right.
That's a 22 on perception.
Now that you're down here and you kind of heard them talking about maybe hearing a whisper, you can for sure hear full on. He just whispers coming from down the tunnel, and it seems to be moving away from you.
I just saw someone with 2 peg legs run that way.
I've never
Harry
seen someone with 2
immediately
peg
goes-
legs run. I fireman slide down the ladder.
Well, I think the demon went that way, and I'll go that direction.
Are y'all going down the hole?
Yeah. I think as
Oh,
I kind
Terry.
of as I hit the landing, as we hit the ground and jump in the hole, whatever. I want to set off a divine sense. Like as an action, I can detect good and evil until the end of my next turn. I can sense anything affected by the hollow spell or know the location of any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover. So as soon as I hit the ground, I want to do like this divine sense and try to get some awareness.
Before we do that, I need everyone who's gonna try to go down the hole that doesn't have like Featherfall to give me an acrobatics or an athletics check to see how well you can climb down this hole.
Oh, there's no rope or ladder or anything?
It is just a 30-foot hole that Justin just so happened to Mary Poppins his way down.
Oh, I'm fucking jumping, and I'm in a full suit of heavy plate mail, so it's not going to be Mary Poppins when I go.
Oh, no.
I do have 50 feet of rope. Could I just tie rope off to something in the room and slide down heroically?
You can, but I think
cannonball
Sir
hard.
Honor would have already jumped.
Yeah, I cannonball hard towards the ground with a whopping 10 athletics.
All right, we're gonna. You said it was 3d6, right, Chris? 30 feet. I think you said 3d6.
Yes.
Oh, you lucky. You take 11 points of bludgeoning damage as you just smash into the floor.
For valor! Crash!
Let me ask, Justin, did you move into the tunnel or are you still standing at the bottom of this hole?
I would like to think as I see this tin can falling towards me, I would move to the damn side.
How about we throw a dexterity saving throw to see if you can move out of the way before this beefcake of a man just lands on your head.
All right. Nope. Who on the die? So with a +8, it becomes a 10 unless you make it easy.
I'll be merciful. Because, yeah, I would say that hearing this tally ho jump and this metal just clanging down, you would have been able to move out of the way with a 10.
Empty
Justin.
suit, empty head.
Justin, you did not break my fall like I thought you were going to. I would have maybe thought about the rope a little harder.
Well, Mama always said, "Stupid is as stupid does."
I like to think that Sir Honor just kind of stands up and like starts picking, random bits of rocks and debris out of his armor after this, power bomb to the ground.
Very graceful. Boris, Terry, are y'all going to do anything or are y'all jumping down as well?
Terry would have just jumped to be heroic. I did roll a 17 on my, I think it was acrobatics. Yeah, acrobatics.
We'll say with the 17 that you mountain goat your way down, jumping from side to side and kind of gracefully slide your way down. Boris,
Oh yeah, as stated, totally just tie off some rope and then heroically slide down. Maybe for flair, I'd like to tie off and slide down with one hand, and in the other hand, I'll use my maul like a witch riding a broom.
very badass.
Oof.
Sir Honor claps as you descend.
All right, Sean, what'd you say you cast now that you cast it now that we're all at the bottom? You said detect good and evil.
It's divine sense actually. Hold on, let me pull it back up. Oh, crap. As an action, I can I can detect good and evil until the end of my turn. I can sense anything affected by the hollow spell, or know the location of any celestial fiend, undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover. So, is there any undead or fiends in this little hole with us?
Well, you would know that there is a fiend because you saw him come down here, and we'll say that after all the fuckery, you would have caught it just at the end of your 60, and it is moving away from you.
Okay, combat for sure then. I pull out my axe and shield and make ready and kind of relay that information to the party that I saw one of the shadow people go that way.
Would Terry have seen it?
Do you have dark vision or any other? Because the torch only goes out 30 feet. Would you be able to see anything?
I believe yeah, dwarf. Yeah, I've got dark vision. I'm a fucking dwarf.
We would say that you would probably have seen the same thing just outside the 60 feet. You would have saw maybe the tail end of it, and then you would have seen nothing because it's moving away from you on fast.
Yeah, I guess Terry will follow after it, trying to prove to the group that he's just, again, hamming up the whole situation and just trying to be over the top and just say, "That way," and kind of ready up a one of his guiding bolts and charge that direction.
I agree. Rest of the crew, follow that heathen. I march after him.
Guys, y'all are moving down this thing. Let me get another group perception check.
Ooh, dirty 20.
16.
2.
Two, one. So as y'all are moving down this thing, the whispers are moving further. Justin, you would have heard that the whispers are moving further and further away from you. And even with it 24, unless y'all are moving like full on trying to chase this thing down, eventually the whispers stop and you no longer pick up or see anything. How long does your divine sense last?
It's just around.
Yeah, we would say that you would have pinged it and didn't pick it up again.
All right.
Because this thing is like full on sprinting away from y'all.
I think we probably move forward at a cautious pace, not eager to chase shadows into the darkness, but maybe that's just me. Yeah, I'd kind of, proceed cautiously.
Since we're moving down this tunnel, let's get a marching order. Who's where?
Boris will take the front.
Justin is staying right by the paladin because he ain't dealing with this evil shit.
The paladin stands next to Terry because he is also not dealing with this evil shit.
Terry is dealing with all this evil shit. He's charging forth towards the front.
So we'll put Boris, Terry, and then we'll put Sir Honor, and we'll have Justin bringing up the back. Okay, so with the 24, Justin, you would have heard that the whispers were loud, like almost deafening at a point, and they are moving. They were moving away from you until now. At this point, you can't hear anything except silence. And with your torch out in front, it's just dark as you're moving down this tunnel. And you're going for quite a while. We'll say you're traveling for about 20, 25 minutes. And at the end of this tunnel opens up into brush, a high canopy that is blocking out the sun. And it's pretty dark here. And you can see that the sun is starting to set anyways. But it leads out into what you would have saw coming into the village is the thick brush and woods surrounding the village.
And there was no other there were no other routes from the ladder we entered or the hole we jumped into, right? Like we didn't just pick a right or left. Like did we miss a turn or a doorway or anything?
It was just like a straight burrow, like they dug and then went up when they wanted to.
Interesting.
The gas has ceased, and the sphincter draws near.
I think for the sake of the village, we should probably kill the rest of those mimics.
Yeah, I mean, they do not get paid till job is complete, so it does make sense.
Do we have verification that it was, in fact, these shadow people taking these shadow mimics taking people, was this a case of wrong place, wrong time? I don't know. Maybe I'm
Side mission.
overthinking it.
I don't know. You didn't incite the demons.
Damn
You
it!
would be able to safely assume that they probably had maybe something to do with it.
I got
Now that
double.
y'all are out around here, let me get one more group perception check as y'all kind of look around this brush and or investigation if y'all want to get a little close looking around the hole or anything.
Wahoo! 17 for me.
12 on investigation.
It would make sense that Justin would have been the one to find it. Justin, you would have seen that just outside the hole, and you kind of like pull out the paper out of your pack. You see the same 3 symbols that you saw inside the house.
We have a match.
And also with that perception check, I will also say that you catch a faint whisper heading deeper into the woods.
So where were these the second set of runes that we found? Just kind of in the tunnel or just outside of it or something?
Just outside the tunnel, like on the top, almost like marking an entry point.
Sir Honor takes some notes in his notebook.
Whispers. This way. I run off towards where I heard the whispers coming from.
I follow.
Terry will also follow, bringing up his shield and in his other hand, readying a guiding bolt, using it as a light.
We must capture one, and then I will burn several spells to hit it with a zone of truth, and then I can interrogate it to make sure that it is, in fact, the reason why the people have gone missing. I'm just kind of like thinking out loud as I walk.
Are y'all breaking into like a full sprint after this thing?
Boris absolutely would.
Yeah, if there's
Oh, yeah.
any like indication.
Oh yeah, if they're running, I'd follow.
And I do have 40 feet of movement, so.
You have 40 feet of movement.
Yeah, monks get a plus 10 up to level 6, and then it goes up to plus 15 additional feet of movement.
I know why I'm saying that. Like I'm surprised. Like fucking Logus runs faster than the goddamn. Um, we would say so. We would say that y'all would break out into sprint after this thing, running into the woods, and y'all can see that the sun is dropping, and the light is being replaced by the moon, and it's kind of you can tell that it's not at full power, but the moon kind of plays a significance here in this area. So as y'all are running, Boris, since you have like pretty high perception, you would have heard rustling in the woods. like off to the side, like the noise y'all were making is attaching, attracting the attention of something. Oh, what would y'all like to do?
Oh, if I hear the rustling, I would like stop and like hand motion to the party and be like, two fingers, point that way, like almost like tactically. And then he'll just raise the hammer above his head and do a nice, real deep squat and just very cautiously start walking forward.
Terry's gonna just blast off a guiding bolt in whatever direction he pointed at.
All right, give me an attack roll.
17.
Oh, that hits. You would hear a roar. Like it sounds animal, but at the same time sounds unnatural. Roll for damage.
And that 46. So, okay, we're looking at 6. Another 6. So 12 points of radiant damage.
Okay. And out of the woods comes this grotesque looking bear. Like it is corrupted. It is looks undead. Like this thing looks like it has been touched by something truly like evil. And with that, we'll just roll one more initiative for this undead bear.
A rune bear.
Man, don't say that. If I throw a room bear at y'all, that's TPK.
Those things fucking suck.
So I'm like a level 150 in Elden Ring, and those things still beat my ass.
Yeah, they're like the one thing I like. I'll avoid.
Boris just looks over at Sir Honor and says, have you ever seen a mimic that could mimic something like that?
I have never seen a mimic in such pristine condition before. It's like it's mimicking multiple things. It's mimicking not only a bear, but a bear with a powerful ailment of sorts. It's quite fascinating. We are likely to win some sort of Nobel Prize for the specimen.
Perhaps a leg.
Or 3.
Sir Honor, would you roll for initiative?
Oh, initiative. Probably terrible. I get a whopping +1 to this. Nope, it's raw, actually. Okay, skadoosh, 6.
Jesus. That's terrible.
All right. So with the top of the round, we'll start with Justin. Either way, you go first. So you saw Terry
Boris
fire off.
beat me.
Oh, Boris beat you? Oh, okay. You said 16. Okay, so we'll start with Boris. You would have
Boris,
saw maybe about 20 feet in front of you this grotesque looking bear come out from the woods, and Terry just fired off a bolt of light into it. And this thing looks like it's in pain and that it's pissed off.
He'll look up at it, and with the hammer on the ground, he'll just say, "Well, brother bear, it is time to see who is truly the fiercest." And he like slams both of his fists onto the ground, picks up his maul in his mouth, and just starts like bear running toward it. And he'll leap and just try to smash this thing with his maul. But I'm gonna rage because I always forget that. And I'm gonna take 2 swings, and I believe the first swing's with advantage because he was just hit by a guiding bolt.
You'd be correct.
Sick. First swing. It's gonna be a 21 to hit. Second swing is a 26 to hit.
Yeah, both hit.
Sick. First attack is going to be 13 points of damage. Second attack, another 10 points of damage. So 23 points of magical bludgeoning damage, sir.
Okay. And that's bonus. That's your turn. You can stay put.
Yeah, I'm going to stay right up on the bear.
Okay. Second is Justin.
I'm going to blast it from where I am with that wind. So I need a strength save of 16.
Oh yeah, we're looking at a 24 total.
Boo.
A big strong bear, man.
Still 3d10, just half, and nothing happens to him. So 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Anything else? Any?
No, I'm not going to run into that yet.
Okay. It is the bear's turn. After getting hit with this 2 thing, the bear is hurt, scared, angry, and you see it like shake its head, and its eyes like start to glow like bright red, and it just goes into this frenzied attack to the nearest person, and it's going to, which would be Boris. We are looking at a 23 to hit.
Definite hit.
We're looking at, oh, math, I'm not good at it right now. 13 points of damage from that attack.
Which is
And
going to
you
be
can,
halved.
oh, have that's right, because it's,
I'm raging right now.
Yeah.
I have bear totem, so like the only thing that isn't halved against me is psychic damage.
So you would see that this bear is attacking, and then since you're up close, go ahead and give me like a perception check since you're right up in this thing's grill.
That's a 9.
I would say with a 9, you would still kind of see it that this thing, whatever it is it's corrupting, and it's kind of emanating from around on the first. As you kind of take a look around, you see it on the trees and the floor and the grass and everything, that it's kind of looks necrotic in nature, that these black like tendrils and undead looking look to it seems to be having an effect on the area around you as well. Anything else?
I think
Oh
that
wait,
does it for me.
that would be all right. That was the Bears' turn, my bad. So we're down to Terry.
All right. Terry is gonna just once again light up a big old fat guiding bolt, and he's gonna just crack it off at this thing's skull. And we're looking at a plus 19.
Yeah, that hits.
And we're looking at, I'm going to cast this at 3rd level. So we're looking at 66. So we're looking, not good. 4, 10, 14. 14. I can't do math. 23 points of radiant damage.
It's okay. I couldn't figure out 8 plus 5 a little while ago. Okay. Yeah, you lay into this thing. It is like you see like black ichor like coming out of its wounds where you're laying into this thing, and this thing looks really, really hurt.
Say, back, foul beast. And just kind of, while he fires that off, and seeing that it's doing a good amount of damage, he's just kind of wincing his eyes and sucking his teeth a little bit, and he's thinking about that sweet reward of a peg leg.
Anything else?
No, that'll do it for Terry.
All right, Sir Honor. We'll move down to you.
Nice. So this thing is looking a bit rough at this point.
Oh yeah, you can see that this thing's got like black ooze, just all the wounds that this thing has taken is just oozing like black goo.
All right, maybe I'll hold back for now. We'll see. I'll make a couple of attacks at it. First attack roll will be 14 to hit.
That misses.
All right, second attack roll will be 15 to hit.
That misses as well.
I run up next to Boris. Fear not, I'm here to save you. And just start parrying and dancing with my sword, but not or my axe, but not really being very effective at all.
You're just thrown back by all the demonic presence in the area. Kind of throws you off.
The stench of evil is strong here.
Anything else?
No, I probably would have burned a bonus action if I hit, so which I did not. So that's all I got.
All right, back to the top. We're looking at Boris and the Battle of the Bears.
Boris will wipe. I imagine like that bear claw came down, maybe caught him like across the chin, and he just like wiped a little bit of blood and smiles through his mustache and just says, "You have been a worthy contender, brother bear, but you will not be walking away from this." And he just like brings the hand, like the maul across in like an uppercut motion. And first swing is going to be a 17.
That would miss.
And second swing, 18.
That hits.
Oh, sick. All right, yeah. So he goes for the uppercut and misses. And since the hammer's raised, he just like smirks a little bit and brings the hammer back down to connect, and that's going to be 17 points of damage on that hit.
Oh yeah, that does it. How do you want to conclude the battle of the bears?
Yeah, he brings that maul like kind of the uppercut motion. The bear draws back, but Boris just smiles when he brings that hammer down. First, it crushes into the top of the bear's skull, but then he just continues the motion and it brings the bear's head down onto the ground and it just obliterates it.
So with that, now you can see like for sure that this thing was corrupted and was just a regular bear probably moments before, but whatever is like corrupting the forest is also like corrupting the animals. Like this thing just obliterates into like black goo and ichor. Like it's no longer any blood or anything as you pulverize this thing.
So you mentioned that the like surrounding area was like infected as well.
Yeah, like as you take a moment to kind of look around, you would see that like the trees are dying and petrified, and that everything around this area seems to be corrupted with like black inky tendrils kind of moving through it.
Does it seem like the bear was like the source of this or like was affected by whatever's doing this?
You would be able to tell that this thing, the bear, was affected by the corruption.
Can I make some sort of check to try to determine where the source of this corruption is coming from?
Sure, let me get an arcana. Or, yeah, arcana or religion, I would say.
Well, as a paladin, my dump stat's intelligence, so that's a raw roll either way. 8.
Yeah, you have no idea what this stuff is, and you would like have no idea where or what it's coming from.
Would I have known, like, maybe in the past, in like some studies or something, anything, would it be like a type of creature or maybe a type of spell that could, like, plague the land this way? Could I make, like, a history check to try to determine if I've ever heard of this type of, some lore about something like this going on?
Do you have a good history stat? Yeah, you can roll me a history check.
It's better. It's a +3. It's better than just raw, I guess. It's not great, but let's see here. Skadoosh. Even worse. 4. Critical failure.
Yeah, you don't remember. I think when they were teaching this or when you were studying this, you got distracted by some female paladins walking by or something.
You guys, these mimics are hardcore. We got to do something about them for sure.
Boris was beginning to think maybe we are not dealing with mimics, but I mean, let's be honest. That was clearly no bear, but was an impressive fake bear. So surely, definitely mimics. He strokes his mustache and leans on his maul.
So, what do we know about hunting mimics? They could be anything, or is it anyone? How does that go again? He kind of narrows his eyes as he looks at the party.
Yeah. So, what would y'all like to do from this point? At this point, the whispers are completely gone. The bear kind of came out of the brush as y'all were rushing after the direction that you would assume the shadow demon was running.
Back to chasing the shadow demon. Or assumption.
Yeah.
Are y'all breaking out into a full-on sprint again?
Justin is, yes.
I will follow him. If he's running, I will sprint after him as well.
Boris will put his hammer or his maul between his legs like Happy Gilmore celebrating, making a shot, and he'll gallop behind the party.
Terry will also follow, readying a guiding bolt.
Okay, we will say that y'all are running, breaking into sprint, and as y'all are running, y'all would start hearing the whispers again. It would start to pick up slowly and quietly until it gets louder and more deafening. And as the trees kind of break into an opening, do y'all keep on running or do y'all take a second to see what's up?
If the whispers come back and they are kind of getting louder, I would burn another divine sense to make sure that we are on course then, rather.
Oh yeah, with your divine sense, within 60 feet, you get 4 pings. I would say actually, I would say it's 6 pings. You get 6 pings right off the bat.
As my kind of divine sense goes out, I will definitely relay that to the party as we kind of come up to this clearing. Like, hold! I sense them. They are out there. 6 of them. We might be a little outnumbered this time.
Terry will fire off a guiding bolt in any direction that he pointed.
I will try to direct Terry's guiding bolt as best as I can towards one of these creatures.
Okay, give me an attack roll. And I'm gonna roll to see if you hit.
Dirty 20.
That it.
That's just a baby bolt, though. So, first level 46, 6, and 3, 9 radiant damage.
What's funny is I rolled a 1d6, and whichever one you hit, would have been the one, and you just so happened to hit the shadow demon that was hurt by Sir Honor and Boris. So, how do you want to do that?
In a similar fashion, Terry's going to walk up and he's just going to kind of bring his arm up, and you see this bolt start to form in his hands. And as he doesn't fire it off yet, but right before he does, he just says, "Well, by holy light of eternal goodness, I banish you. Foul creature, return from whence you came." And he'll fire this guiding bolt fucking right off and hit it, and like once again, as it hits, it just kind of withers away into nothingness.
Yeah. So you for sure set off some event.
I'm sure.
That thing dissipates, and around it, everyone snaps and turns to the where y'all are at. And
I put my hands up and point to Terry. That wasn't us. That was this guy.
Give me all your
and
legs, and we'll call it even.
That was this heathen's god, I swear it. And I point to Terry for sure.
so as y'all walk into the clearing, you would see 4 like stone slabs where there's 4 people of varying ages tied down on top of it. And standing above them, you will see 2 of these corrupted looking people with knives in their hand, and one of them is standing up on an altar and is like siphoning like some kind of like it looks like just gray dust from the bodies of these four things, and it's arcing into this circle on the floor as y'all walk into the clearing. That is what you see. And you see the one shadow demon that was frightened standing next to these two people.
What next?
I air blast one if he's within 30 feet of me.
We would say at this point from the clearing, y'all are probably a little more than 30 feet from where these people are. They're standing behind the slabs.
All right, then I'll run ahead 40 feet and do it.
Out for blood.
Which one are you aiming at? The shadow demon, one of the two people, corrupted people?
One of the two people.
Okay. Roll me.
It's a strength saving throw DC 16.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Mm, We are looking at a 14.
All right, so he fails. And that's for 18 points bludgeoning damage.
And he's knocked prone, right?
He's pushed back 20 feet and knocked prone. And that'll
Okay.
end my sneak attack, I guess.
Well, with that, with the two attacks, we'll say we'll roll this last initiative for what could be the final part.
That will be a 9 for Sir Honor.
Okay, so 10, 9, 23, 9. Terry, Boris, what is your roll?
Oh, I'm sorry, dude. I completely missed that. So what are we rolling?
Just initiative.
Oh, straight up initiative. Oh, okay.
That's a nat
nat
20 for a 23.
20 for 24.
No shit.
Nice. Okay. Terry, you're up first. You would see about, let's say that he ran 40 feet in front of you. So Justin is about 40 feet in front of you, and about 20 feet beyond that are these one shadow demon, two people, one who got knocked 20 feet back in prone, and these four slabs where these like gaseous form is being siphoned out of these four people on the slabs.
Jesus. I guess Terry is going to I'm going to step forth, and he's going to grab his pendant, and he's going to say, "Gods defend us." And I'm going to do a little Shield of Faith action on us. So to give us 2 to AC. And from there, I think I'm gonna probably just move in a little bit. Maybe I don't know, probably like 15 feet closer. Yeah, just kind of follow in Justin Aras's lead there.
Okay.
I just love saying
It's a fun thing to say.
it.
All right, so Justin, your turn. You just popped off. Sent the
I was going to
decline
be
20 feet.
nice. I was going to be nice to let Boris go since he got a nat 20.
Okay. Boris, what would you like to do then?
Let's see here. I have 40 feet of movement, so I assume that I can get most likely within melee range of one of these humans. Cross fingers.
Oh yeah.
Perfect. I'm gonna rage, and I imagine this time around he cracks his knuckles and then he kind of like curls his mustache and picks his hammer up, and then all of a sudden you just see him start to like hulk out, and he just takes like a 1, 2, 3 step and just lunges into the air, 2 hands on his hammer, and brings it down on the first human he could get to. Fuck. First swing's a nat 20, and then follow-up swing is going to be a 19.
Oh yeah, they both hit.
I'm really rolling highs and lows. I got garbage on all of my skill checks, but I think I've hit 320s tonight. So let's see. With the rage, you double all rolled dice, right? So that's 12, 17. So first hit's a 19, and second hit is an 18. So 37 points of damage.
Oh yeah, that hurts him very good. He's still standing, but he's bleeding. Fucking got a dent in his forehead where your fucking hammer just laid into him.
And sorry, side note, I forgot to mention the Shield of Faith is going to be on Boris.
Okay.
So +2 to your AC, Boris.
Thank you kindly.
And that's your turn, right? Rage, smack, smack.
Yes, sir.
Justin, now it's your turn.
I am going to yell at Boris, get the pillar. And then I'm going to attack the nearest creature to me.
Nearest one would probably be the Shadow Demon.
Then I'm going to run up and pop, pop.
All right.
21 and 21.
Both hit.
And that's a 5 and a 4, 9 plus 10, 19 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right. Anything else?
Yeah, let's use my last key point and flurry of blows.
Alrighty.
So that's going to be a 19 and a 28.
Good lord, both hit.
5 and a 6, 11 plus 10, another 21 points.
Ouch. Okay.
And that will end my turn.
One second. All right, sorry, the misses came in. All right, so now it is the cultist's turn. With seeing y'all run in and just deal a whole bunch of damage, he's gonna smile in your face, Boris, and he's gonna take 2 steps back into the circle. And
Does that accrue an attack of opportunity if he's stepping
of
away?
course,
Okay, sweet. That's gonna be a 18.
18 hits.
Sick. That's gonna be 6, 7, 13 points of damage.
That would have sucked. You almost got him. If you would have killed my guy before.
Damn it. So close. You guys have done that shit to me so many times. Like, I've got this dude with a cool ability, and I don't even get one round to pop it off, and he's just obliterated.
I would have
Hey.
turned off my phone. All right, fuck
Remember,
y'all.
Boris.
Game's over.
Remember, Boris, you have the sentinel feat. You can't move now.
I almost took Sentinel, but instead I put 2 more points into Charisma because I wanted him to be charming.
Can't blame you for that.
So this guy is bloodied, beaten up, and he takes 2 steps into the circle, and he smiles at you and takes the knife in his hand and slits his own throat and starts bleeding all over the floor. And with that, you see the circle start to shine brighter, and then it turns red, and there's fire going around the circle. And out crawling from the circle comes a giant red demon.
Boris has never seen a red mimic like this.
The cultists, they are summoning the mimics. I get it now. We gotta take them all out. Wait, are the cultists mimics too? Oh man, this is too confusing. Just murder everybody. We'll figure it out at the end.
We can trust no one, not even ourselves. And he just looks at Terry
I
with like a
also look at
really
Terry.
intimidating side eye.
Terry's just, once again, like one eye is wincing and he's just sucking his teeth. He doesn't even hear what they said.
And with that, we would say it's the demon's turn. We would say that the circle's probably 10 feet away from you. So this thing is going to move 10 feet straight at Boris. And he's going to make a gore attack. We are looking at oof. We're looking at 21 to hit.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
You have to be exactly 10 feet away from the thing for it to be able to do its core attack. And we are looking at 21 points of damage.
I'm gonna drop Stone's Endurance on that. Take a D12 off. Where's my D12? There it is. Fuck me. So 3 points off that, so 18 points. And that's halved because I'm raging.
Next would be the Shadow Demon, who's going to just lay into Harry. Actually, whoa, hold on, sorry. The demon gets to charge, and then it gets to make 3 attacks. So it's gonna make 3 attacks on you, Boris. First is a 13, misses. Second is a 26,
I think that might hit.
and the third is a 22.
Let me stop you right there.
Okay.
Even with the
We
plus
are-
2.
Yeah, I only have 18 AC with the +2.
God damn.
We're looking at 19 points of damage total from its fist attack.
All right, so half to 9.
And we are looking at 8 points of damage from its hoof attack.
Another 4. All right. Cool. About half health.
And then we'll move to the Shadow Demon, who gets 2 attacks on Terry, or Justin. First is a fucking dog shit 10 to hit.
Why Justin? What did he do to him?
I don't know, punched him like 6 times in a row. Oh my god. Second is a 13 to hit.
Double miss.
And y'all are going to see the second cultist, who got smacked 20 feet away, use its movement to stand up. And then he's going to start moving away from this. He's got no interest in fighting alongside with this crazy ass thing. So he's going to take his movement to start going away, running away from the battle. And with that, we'll move down to Bor. No, it's Boris just went. It's Sir Honor's turn.
All right, we finally reached the bottom of the round. So, okay. So we got what happened to the cultist that like slit his throat to like summon the demon? Is he still in combat? Did he perish?
No, you said that he sacrificed himself to get this thing up and running.
And the other cultist seems to be fleeing the area.
Yes.
I don't know if I like that. Oh, okay. So, is the cultist like? I want to say if I move in to kind of engage this demon, yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to get within combat range of this demon. Is 30 feet of movement gonna do it?
I would say that you're probably about 5 feet, maybe 5-10 feet short.
Okay, in that case, I will go 30 feet towards the demon. I will use my bonus action to hit Boris there. I do believe. Let's see here. I think it was. You know what? Scratch that. I'm gonna use the dash action as a standard action to kind of get around this demon. I want to pursue this fleeing cultist. I don't want him to escape and maybe summon more demons to terrorize the village with. I want to make an attempt to get to him before he flees.
Okay, so he was about 20 feet away because of Justin's move, pushed him 20 feet away. So he would probably be, after fleeing, probably about 50 feet away or so from you right now.
Is that 50 feet after the 60 feet of movement or 50 feet before?
50 feet after, because he would have got pushed 20 feet away and then took his 30 feet to move away.
Okay,
We'll put him about.
makes sense. And yeah, from there, I think that's it for me for this turn.
With that, we'll go back to the top to Terry. You see Justin fighting another shadow demon, and you just saw this giant red demon come from a hole in the ground and gore Boris and then smack him around a bit.
I'm going to. I guess Terry is going to. Terry is going to, I guess, once again light up his hands, and he is going to crack off another guiding bolt, his final first level slot. And as he's doing so, he's going to look at this demon that just kind of was summoned from this pool of blood, and just as he's raising his hand, just say, "I command you, wretched demon, to vacate this very land." And yeah, I guess crack off a guiding bolt.
Alrighty, what do you roll to hit?
That's gonna miss. That's a 10.
Oof. Yeah, that misses.
So you just see it kind of go too far off to the right or left, whatever. And I guess Terry is going to so you said that there was one more, or one of the I guess like cultist that was running away that Sir
Yes.
Honor was chasing.
Yes, you saw Sir Honor like full on dash after him, and this dude's like got thrown 20 feet and then just got up and started running away.
Okay, gotcha. Can I tell if he's going like any certain direction, like if there's another door that he's heading towards, or something else in the room, or just does he have like, is there anything I can pick up, like if he's like got sort of intention to do something?
You can tell that he's probably, let's say that you can tell that the demon will not favor any side. So now that it's here, he's probably just trying to get out of the way.
Gotcha. Okay, he's just got the fuckets and I'm out. Okay. Yeah, I think that'll do it. I think I'll maybe as a bonus action just drink a regular potion to get my health back up a little bit.
Okay.
Just roll it out. So it's whatever, the 44, I think, yeah, it's 44, right?
Sounds good to me. If you take a bonus action, I think we said you can take was it the full effects or was it a standard action? Whatever we
I think
said.
standard was full effects. I think bonus was roll. I think, if I remember correctly.
Sounds good to me.
But I'll go ahead and do that, and I'll stay put where I am.
All right, with that, we'll move down to Boris. You are locked in battle with this giant red horned demon just wailed on you. What would you like to do?
Boris is going to do what he does best. And he's just going to smash this thing. First, Fuck. God damn, that's a 10 and a 16. That was a
16
dick
hits.
round. Oh shit, okay. I'll take that. That's going to be 14 points of damage.
Okay.
And I don't think I have a bonus action I can use. I'm certainly not moving away from this thing. So I think that's my turn.
Move on down to Justin. What would you like to do?
Going to try and put an end to this ghost.
Beat this ghost off.
27 and 14.
27 hits, 14 misses.
5 plus 5, 10 points bludgeoning damage.
Alrighty. Anything else?
No, I'll stay right there.
It is now the demon's turn. Seeing that Boris is the only one in front of him at the moment, he's going to keep on smacking him. First one is a dog shit 11. Second is a 13. And the
I'll
third
take 2
is
misses.
a 22.
A 22 is going to hit.
Okay, we are looking at only 4 points of damage. Is it like donkey kicks you in the chest? Little baby kick.
Repeat that damage for me. I just want to make sure.
There's only 4 points.
Oh, word. So 2 with rage. Sweet. I'm going to drop my stone's endurance on that. Not really.
I was like, okay. Justin, 2 attacks on you. We're looking at a 25, 19 on the die. And we're looking at a dirty 20.
A dirty 20 hits. And what's the other one?
25.
Oh, yeah, that definitely hits.
We are looking at 12 points on the first hit. And we're looking at 14 points on the second hit. So 26 total.
All right.
And with that, moving on down to Sir Honor.
So how far away is the cultist from me? So like 50 feet or so, something like that?
Oh, I forgot. I would say that he's probably just going to take his full action dash and move 60 feet, 30 feet plus another 30 to just dash out of there.
Okay, so that becomes 110 feet, you say?
Yeah, 50 plus 60. Okay, yeah, we'll call it 110. You got some kind of like giant leap.
No, but I got a decent ranged weapon, so I'm gonna move my 30 feet to bring that down to back to like 90, and I'm gonna use a bonus action to cast a branding smite, which is just let me double check that here. Yeah, I'm gonna use my bonus action to cast a branding smite, and I'm gonna whip a couple of javelins at this dude. Let's see here. Just making sure. Yeah, I got 120 feet, so got it within 90. Does a 17 hit the cultist?
Oh, yeah. Just a human in robes.
Oh, cool. I threw two javelins, both 17s. And one of those is going to be a branding smite. I'll use a bonus action to cast it, which is an additional 2d6 radiant damage, and then the target becomes visible if it's invisible and sheds dim light in a 5-foot radius. So that maybe if he gets away, we could be able to find him. You said it was nighttime, right?
Yeah, the moon is like out, and y'all are like battling in the middle of the woods.
Okay, so let me roll these out real quick. It is d6 plus 3 for each javelin. So 5 for the first. Actually, I'm going to re-roll both of those because I have the combat finesse or whatever allows me to re-roll ones and twos.
Sounds good.
So, fuck. Well, I guess a re-roll, is it just one re-roll or what? Anyway.
Just keep on re-rolling.
Yeah, because I keep rolling once. Okay, so let's call it a 4 and an 8 for the. It'll be 12 piercing damage from the javelin, plus an additional 2d6 from the branding smite, an additional 6. So 18 damage total.
Oh yeah. How do you straight up just spear this dude into the ground because he took like 20 some points from Justin. So these javelins should fucking nail him to the ground.
Excellent. Then I turn my focus back to the demon and the party, and that's the end of my turn.
Awesome. Back to the top. Looking at Terry.
All right. I guess we are gonna Terry is going to once again. I'm just gonna keep fucking firing off these guiding bolts as long as I have spell slots. Yeah, I'm gonna fire off another guiding bolt. Fucking level, second level this time.
Oh yeah, sounds good.
So we're looking at a that's a 22 to hit,
That hits.
and that is 5d6. So 2. Oh man, 3. 7, 10, 12 points of radiant damage to the big boss there.
20 points. Nice. Anything else?
No, that'll be it for Terry. I'm just gonna stay put. He's just gonna be ferociously, again, just sucking his teeth and just watching this guy.
Looking at Boris, what would you like to do?
Boris will continue to smash. I'll move around the demon though. I'll basically flip to his other side, and while he's doing that, he's gonna try to lay him out with this hammer again. First hit is gonna be a 27. Second hit's a 15.
27 hits, 15 misses.
Damn, fair enough. That's going to be 14 points of damage with the hammer.
Yeah.
And I'm still raging, so no bonus actions or anything. I think that'll do it for me.
All right, moving on down, Justin. What would you like to do?
See if we could put an end to this ghost.
Sounds good.
It's a 21 and a dirty 20.
Both hit.
16 points of bludgeoning damage.
It is looking very, very.
And bonus action, a potion.
Sounds good. Moving on down. We're back to Sir Honor.
I want to. Let's see. I guess I'll move 30 feet closer to the combat, which should put me within range of at least another melee attack or so, right? I mean,
You would be.
I mean ranged, not melee.
Oh yeah, you would be probably right next to Boris since you moved to the other side of him.
Okay, so wait, with 30 feet of movement, could I get into melee with this creature?
We would say you moved around the demon and then moved up 30 feet, so you'd probably move back 30 feet to like right outside melee range with the demon.
Okay, so I'll get as close as I can with the 30 feet, and then I will throw a couple more javelins. Let's see here. Ooh, that's a crit. Natural 20. Let's do that. So I got a 26 with a crit and a dirty 20 to hit.
Both hit.
I'm going to use my final second level spell to hit it with another branding smite. So, let's see. The first crit I will do, it's going to be what? I'm just going to double the dice rolled or whatever. So, God damn it. A whopping 7 for that, but I'm also going to do the double the dice rolled for the branding smite. So it actually comes out to an additional 46. Damn, 3 ones in a row. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. And then the normal damage from the regular attack. Okay, so we're looking at 14 plus 8, so 22 damage. 8 of that is radiant. That was some bad rolls on my. That was a lot of ones over several dice there.
Yeah, but they gave you a crit, so it evens out.
True. So anyway, yeah, 22 damage, and I'll end my turn.
Back to the top. We're looking at Terry.
Guiding bolt, third level or second level. Excuse me.
I was like, damn, you get third level at level 5?
No, I already burned those on other guiding bolts. That's yeah, okay. So here we go. I'm running out of spell slots, man. So to hit, so that would be 17 to hit.
That is. Think you might be on mute.
I definitely was on mute. Sorry. But I was just doing math. That would be 18 points of radiant damage.
Okay.
And yeah, I don't need to heal up right yet. And gonna see how this guy's looking. If Terry could just kind of peer and see.
You can tell that whatever they were trying to do didn't let, since y'all got there early, didn't let this guy get to as powerful as he could be. So he is definitely looking hurt right now.
And the other like cultist guy that was running away, he's dead now.
Oh yeah, Sir Honor nailed him to the floor with 2 javelins.
Okay, all right. Yeah, that'll be it for Terry.
We'll move down to Boris. What would you like to do, Boris?
Boris will hopefully end this. We'll take 2 more swings because that's pretty much all a barbarian can do at level 5.
And it does it well.
Let's see. First 18, second 22.
Both hit.
Sick. First hit's gonna be 16 damage. Second hit's 17, so 33 points of damage.
Boris, how would you like to do this?
The first hit, Boris is going to kind of bring it down in a big sweeping motion and kind of clip his ankles, knock his legs out from under him, and then with the momentum of that swing, he'll do like a nice 180 spin for a flourish. And as the demon falls flat on its back, he just brings the hammer down and caves its chest in.
I thought you were gonna crush his head with your thighs or some shit.
Oh, that would have been better. I didn't think of that.
And as this demon falls back onto the floor, gasping for air, you see the circle once again light up and chains come up and drag the body of the demon back to where it came from. And for a second, you hear what sounds like a deep and dark laugh. And the hole closes. And officially takes us out of combat. Good job, fellas.
That was a little scary there for a second.
There were some things that could have happened if y'all took your time getting here. But y'all kind of rushed over here.
So can I do like an insight check to determine like you said they were like siphoning something from bodies of some kind? Are those like the missing people, and what were they siphoning?
Sure. Give me an insight or investigation, your choice.
Um, 11.
I'll say with an 11, you can for sure tell that this is the family that was taken from their home. And they are still breathing. Very shallow, but still.
These must be mimics too. Boris caves the chests in of the remaining family.
Infant.
Oh, Jesus.
Smallest is most dangerous.
I hear they are venomous until they grow older.
So we could say that with finding the family, y'all are able to carry them back to the village, and as y'all walk into the village, we'll say the sun's starting to rise. What would y'all like to do? Make a show of it? Kind of humbly walk in, I assume?
Oh, Sir Honor is playing hype man as like they kind of walk these bodies into the village. He's like, he's calling out, "Ho there!" He's like almost like a what do they call that? Like the town crier. He's in fact he has a bell in his inventory. He's gonna ring it as he approaches. Heroes returning, villagers, I believe a reward is due. Come and see. Heroes returning your villagers, yes. Praise us, thank you.
Boris would have twisted the demon. Oh, wait, no, he got pulled away. Damn it. I wanted to take his head. Oh, well.
Terry will definitely be kind of riding along with the Sir Honor there and being like, Yes, a reward. And he'll be looking around for the gentleman that he's assuming has the peg leg.
You see him same spot, kind of sitting on like a tree stump, watching.
And I'll be like, and I'll stop everything right there and then, and I'll just say, "Oh, excuse me, sir. It seems that you have a little bit of a lean to you. Oh, the gods are telling me you have an ailment." And point to his leg.
Oh, you're truly all amazing. How did you know? I've lost it in a hunting accident. And he'll like pick up his pant leg and brandish what is essentially just a block of wood tied to a stump.
And I'll look at it and be like, "Oh, that's cursed elderwood, and such demons that we fought. He wielded such cursed items down below, and we must be rid of it. And I can take it right now and exterminate."
Give me a persuasion check with advantage, seeing as y'all are heroes.
I was gonna say, can I give him advantage by like piping up? Yes, Terry knows much of the heathen gods and their ways. Do as he says, quickly now.
All right, I feel like this has to be rolled in chat. Persuasion is not my strongest, but you know what? Let's go, Terry. With advantage, you said?
Oh yeah, y'all are heroes. Just save the town.
17?
With a
Please?
17, you can see that he's hesitant. But I needed to walk. Oh, well, you see, you seem to know more about this than me. And he lets you take off the peg leg for him.
Oh, thank you. I'll be rid of this. And trust me, the gift of movement is not worth the evil that you'd bear with this. And yeah, he pockets it immediately.
You all heard Terry. This whole situation, that guy's fault. I point to the guy who's just got his peg leg stolen.
Oh, this is where the curse came from.
Yes, let that be a lesson to you. Just go ahead and, execute your amputees, obviously.
And as he says, like, let this be a lesson to all of you, I take the leg and I'm like kind of pointing to everyone in the crowd.
Mob mentality starting to form throughout the villagers as they grab their pitchforks and start harassing the poor man.
Wait, before you get your mob justice. Someone bring us Virgil. He owes us some gratitude, at the very least. Some coin, perhaps. And I believe he also promised us your undying devotion. So, groveling, please. Yeah.
The little red-faced man comes out from his house and just runs up to y'all. Oh, thank you so much. What can I give you? Anything you need. I see you got your peg leg, Terry.
Well, I mean, this one was cursed. It was my duty to get rid of it, but I might need another just to, for precaution. And I'll look around to see if there's more, but no, seriously, we don't need to go down that path.
Oh, if it makes it better, I could have the finest woodworkers in the town make one for you, so you don't have to steal it from innocent people. But it's up to you.
Oh, they're not innocent. This man was not innocent. And I once again pull the leg out and point at him.
Virgil, see that man lynched. He's the cause of all of this.
Virgil snaps his fingers, and the mob descends upon the man. As his children are crying at the door, their father gets carried away by a mob.
Excellent.
Your father was a monster.
No one said he had children. I'm in need of a squire or two or three. Perhaps that'll be my payment. Thank you, Virgil. I go collect this guy's children and make them do my chores and shit.
We're the fucking worst.
Y'all I should have summoned a more powerful demon. Jesus.
Boris was no part of this. Boris was probably like eating it up, taking like in any sort of fandom that he can build. He's trying he's like a less douchey Gaston.
Oh, there are a lot of widows in this town now, and they are all grateful.
Yeah, I imagine he's like basically just curling one woman on each arm. A group of kids is like admiring the hammer. He's just like eating it up.
Ye who be worthy lift the hammer. What's that? I mean, Virgil would have paid y'all, we'll say 1,000 gold to split among you, and your choice at any fanfare or anything that the town would have to offer is yours for free, of course. And I think that's where we'll end our adventure there.
Wow, that was pretty great, dude. You did good. That was fun.
That was great.
I was very nervous in the beginning, if you couldn't tell.
You might be one of the only people to pull off a 3 combat one shot and have it wrap up by midnight. I'm thoroughly impressed.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, the bear combat was more to show the corruption, and it was like one of those, it could happen or not. It wasn't like important, but I still put it in there just in case.
I liked it, man. It bridged the gap. Like I don't know that I would have read corruption just off of like the specters we were fighting. So the bear combat was like a nice little cherry on top. Plus, I just love the image of this like hulking Russian looking Goliath with a hammer taking on a bear in hand to hand combat.
I'm glad y'all enjoyed, man. It was like a rush of things because like I was like going back and forth, like, what should I do, this, do that? And then I kind of took like inspiration because I've been watching the Demon Slayer anime, and I was like, well, we've done vampires, we've done ghouls, we've done undead, but we haven't really done fiends or demons yet. And that's how that kind of was born.
It was cleverly done. I enjoyed it. It was a good time for sure. We'll call that a success now that you've. I think all of us have taken a shot at the DM chair. You know, that's. It took a while, but we finally got you up there. Awesome, you did great.
Yeah, man, you killed it.
Thanks, guys. I also kind of threw that little adventuring core thing in there that we could potentially build another one shot off of using different characters or same or whatever, mix and match.
Yeah, I like that. You can just kind of, it's like, adventure for hire kind of thing.
I'm glad you enjoyed it, man.
Hells yeah, fellas. Well, I'm going to dip out. Keep in touch on the socials, and we'll do this crazy thing again soon, huh?
For sure. Also,
Yeah.
we should be set for campaign next week, right?
I do believe, unless, sometimes tiny humans happen.
Oh, true. Yeah, like her due date, like she's gonna have a C-section is scheduled already, is June 12th, but she's never went full term. It's always been a couple weeks early, so we'll see.
All right, well, keep us informed, my dude, and yeah, we'll do this crazy thing again soon. Take it easy, fellas. Have a good night.
Night, boys.
See you
Night,
guys.
guys. Nice work, man. Again, that was great.
Thanks, man.